home of the Rockets in wonderful Houston, Texas. This is Kevin Harlan along with Greg Anthony and Brett Barry. David Aldridge will be reporting from the sideline. The Houston Rockets coming to this one after a win against the Pacers in Indiana. And there wasn't much question as to how that game was going to turn out. They absolutely put the hammer down on them.
Executed on the road, stayed focused, stay consistent with who you are as a team.
Such a confidence builder to go on the road and be able to dictate the tempo, the style of play, keep your identity. They were able to do that here.
Look at Cleveland's starting group. Smith is the 2 with LeBron at the 3. Kevin Love out there with Jay Crowder. And it's Rose in at the point guard. Hey, Brent, right off the bat, we're already seeing several big-name rookies struggle a little bit. Talk about the adjustment going from being the star player, the guy on your college team, to becoming, initially at least, a contributor in the NBA.
I think it's difficult, the mental adjustment for a player to come to practice and do all the things to prepare for a practice and then work extra either before or after practice, Kevin, and then go to a game, put on your uniform, and sit. It's just not something that they're used to. They haven't done it for 10,
right.
Oh yeah, or 10 or 12 years. And so it's important to have 3 things at that point, Kevin. 1, a coach that continues to tell you what you need to work on. 2, an assistant coach that works with you daily on the things that the coach has told you about. And the last part is having a veteran guy as a mentor. That can be extremely important in you keeping your confidence and the idea of be ready, stay ready when your opportunity presents itself.
Well defended that time. He's a shooter that the D has to close down on quickly when he's ready to pull the trigger.
Now here's Rose. His scoring has been there on a regular basis. He's averaging more than 14 points a game. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
Harden kicks to Anderson. It's Harden with the drive. Clock is at 3. Another miss by Houston.
And a really smart defender there. He just reads the play, wastes no time trying to blow it up.
And what I like best is that he does it completely under control. Really gives the shooter nowhere to turn to.
Here's Ariza. Off the mark, and the drought continues. Rose passes to LeBron. And Capella sends it back. Harden kicks to Gordon. Shot from 12. Misses off the right iron.
Perfect defense. Contesting without fouling. Exactly what you want to do, especially deep into the paint.
The Cavaliers leading by 4.
The Cavs just have ruled the Eastern Conference since LeBron returned home to Cleveland back in 2014. Still, the field seems to be tightening up just a bit. Last year, the Boston Celtics overtook them for the #1 seed. There's some contenders emerging out here.
Now LeBron, after Eric Gordon's three-pointer that didn't go. LeBron with it, and it's Harden picking him up. We've got 1:28 left to play in the first quarter. Kicks it out to Gordon. For 3. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Gordon's got himself on the board with 3 there.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't tee him up on the perimeter. Oh, Kevin, not a Petty, not a Manny, but a facial.
Oh, a bounce to the ounce, Greg? Yeah, showing off the bunnies. From deep. The shot, no good. Cavaliers go the other way with it. They want to keep it rolling here following the win against Dallas.
They drew a lot of fouls in that game, guys, and that was the one area that really stood out when you watched it.
And it wasn't just the points that they got. at the line that helped their cause. It was the foul trouble on the other side that went along with it. Several players stranded on the bench for long stretches, and the coach having to re-strategize.
Looking at who's out there now for the Rockets. Nene, he's checked in for Clint Capella. Bahamute comes in for Anderson. And it's P.J. Tucker in for Trevor Ariza.
They've been sensational on the backboard to start this game.
And out of bounds. The Cavaliers will take it.
That is just a careless turnover. You've got to be smarter in those exchanges.
Wade against Harden. Wade drives in. Some solid defense there by Nene. He gets it up. And so it's LeBron James making things happen. And now the second quarter just getting set to start. And from what you guys... The Cavaliers leading by 6. And you look at the Cavs coach, Tyronn Lue. Brent, what stands out to you?
Well, he's got confidence. I would tell you, Kevin, I'd have confidence too if that number 23 was suiting up for me every night. But he demands accountability. He demands a respect for the game. And this team has had a tremendous run in the early stages of Ty Lue's coaching career.
On the court for Cleveland, Amon Shumpert is out there with Green. Then there's Kevin Love. Then there's Dwayne Wade. And it's Korver in at the 2 spot. Harden kicks to Mbamute. From downtown, Harden dishes to Mbamute. No problems knocking that one down.
He's like a carpenter out there. Great floor awareness. Zipping the ball over to his teammates with ease.
And Love with the basket on the assist by Wade. Love's got the lead up to 8 now for the Cavs.
They've settled into a nice groove offensively here in the second. And giving up some height, he just finds a way to carve out a little separation.
This is sort of the joust of the NBA where the aggressive player, more often than not, wins out.
The drive by Green. Goes back up. And it's blocked. And Kyle Korver picks up the foul. That's his first foul. Quarter number 2 with just over a minute gone. Harden the pass to Mbamute. Good. It's Harden with the assist that time. Mbamute's got 5 points now in the quarter.
At least get a hand up. It's not too much to ask from a coaching staff. Just not intimidating defense at all on that possession.
All right, let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
Well, guys, the Houston Rockets, one of the most explosive scoring teams in the league. Defense has been a shortcoming in the past. Coach Mike D'Antoni said, we have some good individual defenders. If the rest of them just try, well, that's the plan. Kevin?
Offense is what the Rockets are all about, DA. You know that. Coach D'Antoni definitely focuses on this part of the game more than defense. The drive by Green. It's good.
They should continue to get the ball inside. The defense struggling to contain them. And one thing that is quite clear with the Rockets in terms of their approach is their shot selection. They prefer easy layups or threes. Very rarely will you see them play that in-between game.
And Mbamute kicks to Harden. Lock at 6. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass. Harden's got the game tied up here for Houston.
He has a little bit of trickeration with that one. Gets that one to go against the limb.
Wait, did you just say trickeration, GA? I think it's a size disadvantage there that he was willing to attack, but you have to develop that skill set and have counters.
Some nice passing by Cleveland here. Here's Korver. And the shot falls short this time. And And that shot selection, a systematic approach by the whole Houston organization. Greg, is a team, they actually took less mid-range jump shots than DeMar DeRozan did individually last season.
Yeah, and it wasn't even close. I mean, the approach Houston has made successful the last few seasons, that they are 100% committed to not taking mid-range shots if they can help it.
And it's Rose missing. Houston's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. It's Harden with the drive. And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him. And Brent, when some guys slam it home, they treat it like a normal play. Who are some of the guys that use the dunk as a tech to fire up their teammates?
Well, I think we have some guys who are really spectacular when they finish, Kevin. Certainly anytime Blake Griffin gets to the rim, or DeAndre Jordan, where seemingly his head's up in there and slams it down, it fires up the crowd. But most of the time, it's the little guys that get you going the most. On the fast break, all of a sudden the ball gets to somebody on the wing, and to watch a little guy get up in the air with somebody underneath him and throw it down, that gets everybody off the bench and fired up.
So unexpected, Brent. That's a great point.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. And after so many finals runs starting in 2015, Brent, is it natural for a team like the Cavaliers to wear down a bit?
Well, they do have some guys that have played a lot of years in the NBA, so that's a natural cause and effect. But these guys were the defending champs last year, won 51 games, took a couple months off on the defensive end, and then flipped the switch in the playoffs. No doubt about it. Came together and played extremely well through their run in the Eastern Conference.
James bounces high off the rim and drops. LeBron's got 5 points now this quarter. Here's Capella. And here's Gordon from outside. And another 3 for Houston.
They're getting a lot of their points outside the paint. 3 of their last 5 baskets are from three-point range.
Rose, that's good.
And they keep hammering away at them inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
And the foul on Derrick Rose. So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. For Houston, they have gone 2 for 3 at the foul line in this game.
And team free throw numbers really about as good as you could ask for, around 80% on the season.
Well, it's interesting to watch him because he's putting his body on the line to get to the line. We didn't see this during the first quarter, but he's making up for it here. The defense looking at him like a Rubik's Cube. They cannot figure him out. He continues to light them up from the field. More importantly, they're winning.
Just active defensively here, being extremely disruptive.
Like the aggressiveness and a great effort just to get a hand on it.
Offensive rebound, and he's fouled on the shot. 1 free throw coming up.
And this is what it's all about, guys. The competitive spirit, the energy that we're seeing. This one's got the feeling like it's going to go down to the wire.
And if it does, as evenly as these two teams have played here, it's anyone's guess who's going to come out on top.
And the dunk by Rose.
And he shows us all what the breakaway rim was invented for.
Can you believe he almost brought the whole thing down by hanging on that long? And the Cavaliers pushing it up now. Smith's running. James kicks to Smith. Back to James. And LeBron throws it down hard. It has been nip and tuck through the first half.
Exactly, guys. The way it's seesawed back and forth, unbelievable.
And so it's LeBron James making things happen for Cleveland. We come back right after. And it's been a back and forth game so far with no ground given through the first half. Cavaliers leading. Ariza and Anderson holding down the forward spots. Harden and Gordon teaming up in the backcourt. And it's Capella in at the 5 down low. They're the group for Mike D'Antoni starting the second half. The drive by Love. Off with the layup. A three from Anderson. And the shot goes in. And it's 9 points for James Harden.
And defensively, this is the opposite of how you want to start the second half.
Yeah, it's like 4 teenagers at home over the summer, just not enough activity. You've gotten your rest. It's time to man up.
Houston moving it around. Othello with the bucket.
That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
And that one drops.
And I need to see some more assertiveness out of these defenders.
And when you watch those Rockets team, you can see just how explosive they are on the offensive end. Almost everyone on the floor can hurt you from deep, and they all know their role and execute it to a T.
And last season, the Rockets' offense was incredible. Then they go and add Chris Paul.
They can run a team off the floor if they get hot. Two great playmakers in Paul and Harden. And making a move for Paul made a lot of teams fear what the Rockets can do now on offense.
Brent, when you were playing in Seattle, those were the best assist years statistically of your career. What led you to become such a catalyst for that offense?
Well, it was interesting just as I finally got an opportunity to start to play with the basketball as a two-guard a little bit more in Seattle, trying to play a little bit more up-tempo. And again, I'll mention opportunities because of Gary Payton getting double-teamed. It opened up situations for me, Kevin, where I could be a bit more creative as the off-guard.
And you loved that, didn't you?
I love playing that way. I wish I had more years of doing that, kind of the run-and-gun style that Phoenix employed for most of the mid-2000s with that 7 seconds or less. I could have been agreeable with that.
Catching up on the changes for Houston. Bahamute comes in for Anderson. And it's P.J. Tucker in for Trevor Ariza. And Cleveland also making a change. Shumpert is checked in for Rose. As we approach the fourth quarter, still anyone's ball game.
Yeah, neither team able to create much of a cushion.
Wade dishes to Crowder. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up.
And a Kyrie's trade demand over the summer, a reflection of his frayed relationship with LeBron. James, with a forceful personality, it seems that may have grated on Irving.
And he sinks the second.
And LeBron remains an outspoken leader on this Cavs team. Still interesting, though, to see whether he alters his style somewhat in light of the Kyrie situation. Perhaps leaving more to the coaches and looking to blend in more with his teammates.
Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Guys, the league may have never seen a player with more control on and off the court than LeBron James. He is a superstar, a playmaker, a coach on the floor. Some say he's the GM. And he even has a stake in a player agent business. LeBron says it's his dream to one day own an NBA team. Well, he's certainly getting some practice. Kevin?
No question about it, David. He's well on his way. As important a player as we've ever seen in basketball. Wade kicks to Korver. Here's Love. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Well, we've seen that movie a few times, haven't we? An easy bucket in the paint.
Gordon for 3. And Shumpert pulls it down. The Cavaliers leading by 4. Korver passes to Wade. Korver dishes to Wade. Makes it off the glass. Wade.
MLGB. Quit. 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 MLGB. Just quit. Quit.
Got 6 points.
Oftentimes when the stakes are raised, you go to your favorite move. We know he's very comfortable around the rim.
Anderson, he's checked in for Houston. Brown comes in for James Harden. A switch here also for Cleveland. Green. He's checked in for Jay Crowder. 1:46 left to play in the third. Brown with it. Wade picks him up. Gordon kicks to Mbamute. Left side Anderson. And here's Brown outside. For Cleveland, they've gotten 5 of 8 shots to fall for them in the third quarter. A nice 62% from the field. Good.
Coaching staff high-fiving themselves there, watching that team move the ball around, doing whatever is best for the team.
Out of bounds, Rockets ball as Houston keeps possession. .115 left to play in the third. Gordon, the pass to Anderson. 6 on the shot clock. Looking to end the drought. And with that shot, the Cleveland lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Gordon. It's a pick by Love. Here's Wade. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Count that one. Love's got the lead up to 8 now for the Cavs. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
And Mbamute dishes to Nene. Beyond the arc. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon. The Cavaliers leading by 8.
If they increase the tempo, they got a chance at a 2-for-1.
Yeah, and you're going to have to get up a quick shot to make that happen.
Here's Love. And the lead now, double digits on that bucket. Love's got 10 points in the game.
And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
In the corner, it's Gordon. He wants to get it to Nene and does.
And he just leaves the D in the dust and explodes to the basket.
You're right. Maybe a momentum changer right there, huh?
If anything could change the momentum, it's that kind of play. Cloud of smoke has people standing on their feet. The defense certainly wasn't bad, but they've got to be a little bit quicker on contesting the shot.
And so it's Cleveland. Hello and thanks for joining us, folks. The fourth quarter of play getting started. Rockets trail by 10. And Cleveland looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. Smith is the 2 with LeBron at the 3. Green is out there with Kevin Love. And it's Rose in at the point. Here's James. Here's Smith. It's rebounded by Houston.
And you got to give him credit there. Great effort to contest that shot.
Well, I love the fact that they put the security system on their house, protecting the paint there.
Harden kicks to Mbamute. Love grabs the board. Love's got rebound number 12 now. Tenacity on the glass.
I'd love to see them impose themselves a little more on the backboard. That's a great way to find confidence. Always a surefire way to get back in the game.
LeBron drives in. And the dunk by James.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal. And then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defense.
MLGB, quit. Quit. Yeah. That's what you should do, man. King James is better. Thanks for watching, guys. See you until the next episode. Bye. Yeah.